Hey everyone, back tuning into today's video. Very late with today's video, so I want to rattle through the announcement quickly and then get on with the video. We're going to have a look at weather next 8 to 10 days first of all. That takes us to Christmas Eve, 10 days away, can you believe? So we're getting very close now to Christmas. And at the end of the video, we'll have a quick look at the experimental NASA model for January, because although we are having a very, very mild December at the moment, we may see a bit of a change in the pattern next month. So I'll have a quick look at that at the end of the video. But before I get on with that, just to say about the ads, there's links to articles on all the pages of Gazovitz. Have a browse widgets, click through the links. Some of the articles that you're interested in, because you're going from Gazovitz to where an article is, we get a revenue fee on you clicking through to where that article is. So thanks so much for doing that. Also video ads on most of the page. They open up in content, and when you watch them, they'll close back up again. That's how we to pay for the website. Also, and don't forget, you've still got time to do Christmas shopping. You're getting close now, but I think there is still time to get those Christmas presents to you from Amazon. So if you've got any Christmas shopping to do at Amazon between now and Christmas, all you have to do is click through the Amazon banners in the Christmas shop. It'll take you to Amazon. You can do your shopping as normal. Don't need to do anything else differently, because you've gone from Gazovitz to where the product is on Amazon that you want to buy, where you get a revenue fee on the things that you're purchasing. So thanks so much for everybody that's got involved, and it's been a huge success again this Christmas. And as I said, there is still just about time to get those Christmas presents to you in time for the big day. So let's get on with the weather for the next 8-10 days first of all. These are the 500 millibar height anomaly charts. We've got the ECMWF on the top, the GFS is on the bottom, 500 millibars, 80,000 feet is there in the absolute where high pressure and low pressure being moved around by a jet stream running above. Blue extrapolates to low pressure and red extrapolates to high pressure. So both of these models are going for a very westerly run up to Christmas. They've both got a deep trough of low pressure in the Northern Atlantic Ocean. They've got this big area of above average height. It's been an omnipresent feature since the start of November. It's still very much there. Big area of high pressure ridging from the Azores into many parts of Europe. And the tight lines here indicate the jet stream, so a very strong jet stream blasting across the Atlantic like that on both of these models. So it's just a continuation of the pattern that we've had since the start of November. It's been very, very westerly dominated. Strong winds, bouts of rain, gales in places as well. Really, the Atlantic really has been throwing everything at us, and it looks like it's going to continue up towards Christmas as well. With such a deep trough in the Northern Atlantic and such a strong jet stream, don't be at all surprised if there's gales, possibly severe gales at times running up towards Christmas as well. These are the GFS temperature precipitation ensemble. It's been exceptionally mild across England and Wales this month. Less so for Scotland. It's been a bit colder across Scotland over the past few days. There's even been a little bit of snow across central and northern Scotland. It will be warming up there through the coming week, but the real warmth has been down across England and Wales, where it has been exceptionally warm December so far, and this goes on for the coming few days as well. So the red line here is the 30-year temperature average. You see how far above average we are right now, and going to stay for the rest of this week. As you go into a weekend and next week, which is this period just here, again dates along the bottom of the graph, you see we do see a reduction in the temperature. We cool a bit, but still above average. The white line here is the ensemble mean, so it takes each individual member of the ensemble, which is indicated by each one of these lines that all look a bit like spaghetti, takes all of those individual members and groups them together to create a mean line. And you can see that we do get a reduction in temperature over the weekend and into next week, but still above the long-term 30-year average. There's no sign of anything cold coming up at all, really, on that chart. In terms of rainfall, there's more rainfall spikes coming up, some more this week, some more over the weekend, some more into next week as well. So wet, windy and mild basically sums it up. Times exceptionally mild this week. That's what we're looking at running up towards Christmas. So this is the GFS for Friday. Again, we've got this long fetch southwest. It's these long fetch southwests been pumping up all of this warmth since around the middle of November. is fully isobars back. The air is originating from the Canary Islands, Madeira, the Azores, that sort of area, pumping up all that warmth out of the Atlantic Ocean, and that just goes on into the weekend. There we are on Saturday, another pulse of warm air being pumped up from the southwest. I do think we're going to get the warmest December on record for England and Wales this year. I'm not so sure about the UK temperature because Scotland, as I say, has been on the colder side of the jet stream at times. So we may not get the UK record, but I think we'll get the CET and have the warmest December since records began in 1659, which if it occurs, of course, we will be hearing a lot about that at the end of the month. Now we go through to sunny. We're in a slightly cooler air mass then, a cooler sector coming through as we cut off that long fetch southwesterly. Another pulse of very mild air, though, comes across the country on Tuesday, on Monday, I should say, day 8. Very tight packed isobars there as well, so I expect risk of gales to start next week, particularly in the north and west. And then we just keep it unsettled through the course of next week. So this is how we end up on day 10, which is Christmas Eve, of course, 24th of December. And another weather system is coming in here, bringing more wet and windy weather into the north and west. Follow the isobars back. The air is coming from somewhere in the central Atlantic, so it will be mild as well. The East Central Earth is in a total agreement with all of this. So there's the long fetch southwesterly coming across the country as we go from Friday into Saturday. With weather fronts in the flow, there'll be a lot of rain as well, particularly, I would suspect, in the north and west. We go through into next week, and again, it's windy as we start next week, a little bit cooler on Monday, but don't think that's cold. It's just a little bit cooler compared to the really warm southwesterly, long fetch southwesterly that we have over the weekend. Another weather system comes through on Tuesday, brings up a bout of wet and windy weather, Tuesday 22nd of December. And then day 10, Christmas Eve, looks like this. So it's probably unsettled. There'll be showers, I would think. May even be a weather system within the flow, maybe bringing longer spells of rain. It's a little bit cooler as well, but everything's coming in off the Atlantic, so it's not cold. Any snow would be restricted to the very highest ground in the north. So really mild December, of course, that we're experiencing right now. What about January? Will we get any cold weather next month? I just want to have a quick look at the experimental model from NASA. This is a 500 millibar height anomaly from the NASA model for December. And what we see in terms of the anomaly is a very westerly month. So, and this was generated at the start of this month, by the way, probably on the first day of December. So, what we see for December with the 500 millibar heights is that we have this low pressure up to the north. We have ridging through the Atlantic. It's a pretty good representation of the scenario that we're in, with the air going like that, very westerly dominated, Atlantic throwing everything and the kitchen sink at us. This is how January looks, though, and it is quite significantly different. For January, we're placing a ridge to the south of Greenland, around to the south of Greenland. We've got a very deep trough of low pressure in Eastern America. Now, they've had a very mild December in Eastern America. Well, they are having a very mild December in the eastern part of America. Looks like things flip a little bit as we get through to January for them. So they could turn significantly colder. Now, for us, we aren't under a trough. The trough is actually across central parts of Europe here, but I would think this is a significantly colder pattern, and I think we would be probably opening the door at least to some northerly and northeasterly influences. And if this trough from East America was to run under the ridge in that sort of section of the Atlantic, if we was to start getting a southerly tracking jet stream, then I think that could be a significantly colder month, actually, in January. So it will be worth keeping an eye on what's happening there. The temperature anomalies for December, it has seen this very mild December, although it's actually been placing the mildest temperatures across eastern parts of Europe. But nevertheless, it's going for a warmer than average month, significantly so for December. So it got that right. Maybe underrepresented the warm potential a little bit. For January, it sees a cooler month. Doesn't go colder than average, but it certainly sees a significantly cooler month in January compared to December. And notice most of America certainly the eastern part of America looking cold as well. So it is seeing quite a dramatic change in the weather pattern as we go through from December to January. Whether that'll come to much, of course, remains to be seen. But certainly the hints are there that this pattern that we've had, as I say, it's been going on really since the early middle part of November. It's seeing that it runs out of steam when we get into January and we get a change in the pattern. What I want to do at the weekend, probably on Sunday, is have sort of a late winter look ahead with several of these longer range models, because we're just in that transitional period with the long range models at the moment from winter to spring. I will do the first spring update on the final Sunday of the month, which I think is the 27th, but this coming Sunday I want to do a quick look at the late winter period, which sort of February, March, April, that sort of period, and we'll use this model, the NASA model, we'll use UK Met and a few others as well. So that'll be on Sunday to see if there's any sign of late winter cold. But certainly the NASA model is seeing a bit of a change, or quite a significant change actually, to the pattern from December into January. We'll see how it goes. All these long range models are very experimental, as we always have to say. Right, that's all for now. Thanks for watching.